Hello everyone, welcome to this series on the history of English literature. And in this video, we are going to discuss the historical background of the interwar years. Introduction. The years between the two world wars were marked by dramatic political, social and economic upheavals. In England, as elsewhere in Europe, this period was shaped by the lingering effects of World War I and the growing tensions that would eventually lead to World War II. The interwar years saw shifts in foreign and domestic policy, economic turmoil, and evolving public sentiment. Aftermath of World War I and the Treaty of Versailles. The conclusion of World War I with the Treaty of Versailles in 1919 left Europe in a state of instability. England, like many nations, turned its attention to foreign affairs. The newly formed League of Nations, although an ambitious attempt at ensuring lasting peace, struggled with legitimacy and effectiveness. Meanwhile, Britain faced mounting responsibilities in the Middle East, unrest in India, and the persistent Irish question, all of which kept the country engaged in complex geopolitical matters. Efforts at European stabilization. Locarno Treaties. The treaties of Locarno in 1925 offered a temporary sense of security in Europe. These agreements aimed at resolving border disputes and promoting peaceful resolutions, eased anxieties and helped restore a fragile sense of optimism. This period marked a short-lived shift in England's focus back to domestic politics and economic reconstruction. Economic crisis and social upheaval. The post-war economic slump severely impacted Britain's industrial sectors. The general strike of 1926 was a dramatic expression of working-class discontent and symbolized broader economic struggles. The early 1930s brought the Great Depression, marked by massive unemployment and widespread poverty, especially in urban and industrial regions. The crisis highlighted class disparities and led to calls for social reform and government intervention. The rise of fascism and renewed international tension. While Britain grappled with economic recovery, the global political climate darkened. The rise of Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party in Germany reintroduced instability in European politics. From 1934 onward, foreign affairs dominated once more as fears of another global conflict intensified. In response, Britain began rearming, leading to a partial economic recovery driven by wartime production, shifting moral climate, and spiritual anxiety. The mood of the interwar years evolved considerably. The initial phase, characterized by post-war relief and a desire for gaiety and escape, soon gave way to more serious reflection. Writers, intellectuals, and ordinary citizens alike began to question traditional values and confront ethical, social, and political uncertainties. This introspective mood reflected a broader sense of disillusionment and searching for purpose toward war and a new national resolve. As the 1930s drew to a close, the inevitability of another war became clear. The outbreak of hostilities in 1939, especially following the Dunkirk evacuation in 1940, served as a catalyst for national unity. This crisis helped the British people rediscover a shared sense of determination and collective purpose, setting the stage for country's resilience in the face of World War II. Conclusion. The interwar years in Britain were a time of profound transformation, from political instability and economic hardship to cultural shifts and the threat of global conflict. The period was defined by its complexity. Ultimately, it was a time of learning, adaptation, and preparation for the challenges that lay ahead. So this was the discussion on the historical background of the interwar years. We will meet in the next video and discuss some other topic related to this period. Until then, goodbye and thank you.